a case that I said I wasn't going to cover because of the family and how rude the family has been. So we're going to cover a little bit of it. It's not going to be the kind of coverage that the family really wants us to cover. But this is Sarah Dreyer, which has been missing. And I've been working in the back. Her family, basically dogged JLR. And everybody knows JLR is like a brother to me. And so, I have a little, it's no different. I mean, even Dolly knows. If somebody was talking shit about Dolly, I would probably say something about it as well, right?
Oh, we know what you'll do for Dolly and JLR. Yeah, we know. But let's review what the family actually said to Jonathan Lee Riches. It says there have been a few YouTubers coming by the house and trying to speak to the family. While we appreciate the platform and believe it is being used to help spread the word to bring Sarah home, please respect the family's privacy. Don't film them or request to speak to them. This situation is unimaginable, and they deserve to feel safe on their property. Additionally, if anyone who is out there and is approached by a YouTuber, please remember, the information you may have should only be shared with the Hillsbourough County Sheriff's Department. Thank you all. Let's work together to bring Sarah home. Man, I don't know how he could stand this vile attack from this grieving family who is trying to find their missing loved one. I can't believe they cut him down like that. These vicious, vicious words. Oh, let's go ahead and refresh your audience on what you said to this family of a missing person. I'd like to first say that I'm sorry for what your family is going through. It also sounds like someone has provided you horrible information about the YouTuber out helping, and most of these people, we call them trolls and cockroaches. Do you hear yourself? Do you really think that this random person who knows nothing about YouTube knows what the heck you're talking about right now? Anyway, we will make sure your case won't be covered on YouTube or other social media. Yet here you are today covering it. And we'll make sure every social media personality knows to stay away from this case. I don't know why you think you have that power. Clearly, mainstream media isn't helping because I can barely find an article. My friend, a YouTuber, was out in the woods searching for your loved one for 2 days in this heat. I was out searching for JJ Roland, his name is Roland, and he was found. He was found, but not by you. I'm a world famous YouTuber, like the one helping search for your family. When did you become world famous? I missed that memo. You must be up there with PewDiePie now. I'm sure your message hurt his feelings and his heartfelt efforts to help. Yeah, because that's what this family should be concerned with right now. Jonathan Lee Riches' feelings. Get a grip on reality. I was going to join the efforts as well, but will refrain from doing so. Well, I'm sure that's the best news they heard all day. I do hope you see how this statement isn't helpful and will only hinder any help you may need in the future. I agree with that sentence. This statement is not helpful at all, Betty. I wish you the best, but my voice will tell all social media to stay clear from discussing or participating in this matter moving forward. Yet here you are discussing it. Okay. Insulting people trying to help is sad, and I'll pray for you and your family. God bless, and I hope your family member is found. I can't believe you call yourself an advocate. I just can't. That YouTuber you insulted has helped locate 2 missing people in the last year and a half. Just an FYI. Do you think that this individual who is searching for their missing loved one cares about that at all? Your ego is so inflated that you believe that they're focused on you guys, on these world famous YouTubers that no one has heard of. How can you not see what you are doing to a victim's family? How?
Right? So this family, I don't think they understood exactly what they were doing. But this girl here, I'm looking into this case. She has drug and alcohol problems. She has drug.
What? Why? Why are you saying that? Where is your proof of that? You're just going to spout it out there, put it out there for your audience to believe with no facts. I found 0 proof that there's drug and alcohol problems. All the time we hear you claim, I do my due diligence and do proper research. Where's any proof of this? Here's a comment from the family Facebook group where they're replying to someone else and they say no substance abuse. So where'd you get that lie, Betty?
She has drug and alcohol problems that we're learning on the backside of this thing. So I'm not saying she's not in danger, but there is the possibility she ran off and is, doing what she does. So I don't.
Doing what she does, huh? This is Sarah. She's a real person, and there are people out there hurting, trying to find her, and you're spewing all this online?
So I don't know if that has anything in here. If it, not only that, but this gal here is from Illinois. It seems like that's where she loves to be. It seems like that's the state that she considers home. So it's possible she just said the hell with all this and went back to Illinois.
Sarah, her husband, and her 3 kids relocated from Illinois to Florida in 2019. They still have a large circle of friends and family back in Illinois, all of whom are posting and sharing about Sarah. If she was off just lollygagging in Illinois, someone would have turned her in for that.
So I think that people looking around this house now, I don't know the everything that's going on with her, but I definitely know that she has drug and alcohol problems, which could.
You definitely know it without any proof whatsoever. And you wonder why people have issues with you. It's the spread of lies and misinformation.
Which could be contributed to why she's missing. And why would it contribute? Because some people, when depending on what type of drugs they are, they go on what is known as benders, right? We've heard that word before, binging, benders, and stuff. I don't want to take away from her case, but there are other possibilities out there that the family is not being forthright with the community about this disappearance. And
I know that this is hard for you to grasp, so I'm going to speak slowly. The family does not answer to you or any community that you are referencing. They answer to law enforcement. They have to give their information to law enforcement, and none of that has to be shared with you. You do not have the right to any of that. If you choose to spread awareness or to go search, then that's great. You still don't have the right to any information. You can stand outside of a person's home and scream all day long, and you still don't have the right to that information.
And I have, questions for the family. How often has she disappeared like this before? Have you checked with her friends in Illinois? The family's not really communicating. They want all this help, but they don't want to communicate about their missing loved one.
The family is sharing as much information as possible on their Facebook page, but some things do have to be kept private, close to the vest. It's an active investigation. You can't put everything out there.
Loved one. And, God bless JLR, because even after being disrespected by this family, he's still out in the woods looking for her when nobody else is.
There is currently a search and rescue group helping the family in the preserve. There's also other YouTubers / Twitter people like Nerdy Addict out there taking drone footage and offering help, as well as several volunteers. Several. This is a Facebook post from Sarah's husband, Brian. It says, "I just want to thank everyone for the efforts to find my sweet, loving wife. Our family is broken. The outpouring of love from people that don't even know us, but just wanting to help is incredible. I love you all, and you all have a special place in our hearts. We will not give up on our search. Please contact us on this page for absolutely any information. God bless you all." And for the record, and fake news going around, the Hillsbourough County Sheriff's Department has been very good to us and have used every resource possible. They are very good people and treating this like it's their own family member. God bless them also.
I don't think she's out there. I think she's somewhere else. And wherever she's at, I believe she went to on her own free volition, as opposed to being hurt, injured, or anything like that. So
we are all aware that she left on her own free will. We don't know the circumstances surrounding it, not completely, but we do know that she left on her own. The timeline that the family presents says that on Monday, April 10th, her day started off normal, dropping her kids off at private school and returned to the home at 8:30 a.m. She departed her house, walking towards the back preserve entrance, and was caught on a Ring camera at 2:01 p.m. walking alone and only carrying her phone.
So I wanted to make sure that we did cover her case. I swore I wasn't going to cover her case because I thought her family was very rude and inconsiderate of the people that are out there helping. Somebody said she may have overdosed. It's possible because we had
victims and their families have rights, and not telling you all the information doesn't make them rude. Saying, "Hey, give us some space and some privacy on our property," is not rude. It's rude for you to interpret it as such. As far as overdosing, it is a rumor that's going around, but the family has not commented on it or discussed it. It says that her husband returned home from work at approximately 4 p.m. to an empty house and the dogs on the patio. He saw a note from her on the fridge and immediately called the sheriff's department. and neighbors to begin searching for her in the preserve. Neighbors began searching at 4:30 p.m. and continued until 2 a.m. on April 11th.
So she's either with someone doing things that she shouldn't be doing. She could very well be deceased, or she could have went back to Illinois.
The misinformation and speculation that you are spreading to your subscribers is disgusting. It's no wonder that victims and their families don't want to work with you or people like JLR, because as you can see from this, they're okay with working with other YouTubers.
This is what I wanted to make sure that her face was brought up, and I also wanted to make sure that everybody had the reality of this case. And again, the family has not talked about her drug issues. They have not talked about her alcohol issues, and they're basically saying that she's missing, and she very well may be missing. But they're preventing people from really truly helping because they're not telling everybody all the information necessary to be able to be a benefit. So
again, the family does not have to address rumors about pill bottles or drugs and alcohol to random people. They only have to address that to law enforcement. But they are dealing with people, as we saw in the last photo. They're talking with some YouTubers. They are also dealing with people like Nuri Addict. He has shared a lot of information out about this case if you want to go check him out on Twitter or his YouTube account. Here he shares where he asked Sarah's father about gators. He said they aren't much of a concern and not in the preserve, only around lakes. I saw no gators there. Her father mentioned the Alfalfa River nearby, which should also have folks on the lookout, fishermen and boaters.
So that's our coverage for Sarah Dreyer. We hope that she is found and brought home safely. We definitely hope that, nothing is happening to her and that this disappearance is by her own hand, which I do believe it is, because she had to move back home. She's not living alone. She's back home. She's not taking care of herself. She's living with other people, and she disappeared. There may have been a fight in the home that the family made. They're withholding major information from the public. They may be withholding the fact that there was an argument that took place and she left. But I would caution and actually ask the family, to please start giving us some information if they really are trying to help find her, so we can do our job and help bring her home or find out where she's at. So
you do not have a job to do. Jonathan Lee Riches does not have a job to do. You guys can volunteer, sure, but it is not your job. It is law enforcement's job. On Wednesday, April 12th, the Hillsbourough County Sheriff's Office continues their search from 8 a.m. until dusk, and then they called off their ground search. Volunteers continued searching until 11 p.m. On April 13th, the TECO linemen, which is the company that her husband works for, spread throughout the country. They get together and organize a large ground search alongside community volunteers, and they requested additional assistance from the Hillsbourough County Sheriff's Office, who rejoined the search for one additional day, providing ATV, foot, canine, and horse assets. At the request of the family, We Are the Essentials, a nonprofit search organization, also joined the search efforts and helped to coordinate community volunteers to search the area. On April 14th, community volunteers continue searching the preserve and surrounding areas. All suggestions have been shared, and volunteers continue to track down leads for camera footage, potential sightings, search locations, and theories. On April 15th, We Are the Essentials was back on site to continue coordinated search efforts alongside community volunteers. On April 16th, the search continues by independent community volunteers, and media coverage is being pursued.
So are the parents on drugs? I don't think so. But she is, or has been. Now, I don't know to the extent of it, if it was an active, I'm communicating with some people behind the scenes related to her, and it sounds like this was well known. So we'll see how it all pans out. But there's Sarah Dreyer. She is missing. She's missing from Florida. Nobody knows where she's at. She doesn't really have a whole lot of criminal stuff in her background. It looks like she's got, a DUI and, a speeding ticket that I can locate. Nothing major, nothing that's saying that, she's, done, sold or, anything like that of herself. So it seems like, this is a situation where she may not have been happy. The family may have, the family may feel that she might be harm to herself. But again, we're not getting that information from her family. We are able to find out a little bit, and I have open communication with somebody that directly knows her. And so I am trying to get as much information as possible. And
so just like in the Quentin Simon case, it sounds like Betty is going to run with information that is unvetted. Someone that she knows directly. I'm in communications with them. How is this helpful to Sarah? the things that you're saying and spreading here? How's it helpful at all? How's it going to find Sarah? You just want to dig up information. Whether it's right or not, you want someone to tell you something so that you have something to talk about. It's disgusting.
And I don't know if I'm going to cover this case. I really don't. I got a sour taste in my mouth. I like to work with families that like to work with me. If you're telling me to stand down, I'll definitely stand down. But when I do find out something that doesn't look good, I'll definitely make sure that it's brought up, because I feel deceived by this family, period. I think the audience should feel deceived by this, not the parents, the family. And it's not fair for you to be just so disrespectful to social media that's out here trying to help your daughter, and you're not even telling us the truth, or your sister, and you're not even telling us the truth about her, why she left, or what her past is. And that goes directly, if she has a drug problem, and we know how drug problems are, why are we out in the woods looking for her instead of in the streets knocking on doors, especially in areas that she frequents to buy drugs? These are things that we need to help find her. So that is about all I've got on this related to her. I'm taking her face off of here. And here,
to me, it just sounds like Betty has a vendetta now, because that family came out and said, hey, YouTubers, give us our privacy. Don't come on our property. Now there's a personal vendetta against this family. What a great way for a world-famous YouTuber who also calls themselves an advocate to act towards a missing person. I truly have no words. I have no words for Betty. If you or anyone you know has any information at all about Sarah Dreyer, I will have contact information linked in the description below. Please reach out to law enforcement. That's all for this one, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Love, love.